technology. For months, maybe even a full year, I've come out here and spoke as Roman Reigns, and I said a lot of things. I said that I'd be here every single week. I said I'd be a fighting champion. I said I was going to be consistent, and I said I was going to be a workhorse, but that's all lies. Lie, because the reality is my real name is Joe. And I've been living with leukemia for 11 years. And unfortunately, it's back. And because the leukemia is back, I cannot fulfill my role. I can't be that fighting champion. And I'm going to have to relinquish the Universal Championship. I'm not going to lie, I'll take every prayer you can send my way, but I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for you to feel bad for me. Because I have faith. When I was 22 years old, I was diagnosed with this. And very quickly, I was able to put it in remission. But I'm not going to lie, that was the hardest time of my life. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a home. And I had a baby on the way. And football was done with me. But you want to know who gave me a chance? The team that gave me a chance was the WWE. And when I finally made it to the main roster and I was on the road, they put me in front of all of you, the WWE Universe, and to be honest, y'all have made my dreams come true. And it didn't matter if you cheered me. It didn't matter if you booed me. You've always reacted to me, and that is the most important thing. And for that, I have to say thank you so much. But I want to make one thing clear. By no means is this a retirement speech. Because after I'm done whooping leukemia's ass once again, I'm coming back home. And when I do, it's not going to just be about titles and being on top. No, it's about a purpose. I am coming back because I want to show all of you, the whole world, I want to show my family, my friends, my children, and my wife that when life throws a curveball at me, I am the type of man that will stand in that batter's box. I will crowd the plate, I will choke up, and I will swing for the fences every single time. Because I will beat this, and I will be back, so you will see me very, very soon. Once again, thank you so much. God bless you, and I love you. Believe that.
that was the way Monday Night Raw opened, and there were absolutely no words for how this all went. I stopped it at when the Shield for the last time because Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose came out at the stage and embraced him in a hug. They did the fist bump together, and if you watch closely with this, because I feel this plays into the end of the show because we had a twist at the end of the show that WWE pulled, and it was perfect to end Monday Night Raw with that. But as you see Roman in the middle, Seth on one side, and Dean on the other. And Seth is a ball of emotions. He is literally crying because of hearing of this. But Dean, as you see, is emotionless. He's just looking down at the fist bump for these three, and he has no emotion on his face whatsoever. And from this, I felt like there was something off with Dean Ambrose from the get-go tonight. It was just, I know Dean Ambrose is not just like Seth Rollins. He doesn't let his emotions on his sleeve at all. But like, this would have been a time to break kayfabe for wrestling. I mean, Seth Rollins did. This was a very emotional way to open Monday Night Raw. And to the plebeians and the assholes out there who think this is a work and think that this is Vince McMahon's last-ditch effort to get Roman Reigns over, you are scumbags, you are assholes, and go fuck yourself. Because I don't even think Vince McMahon would be that stupid to go against anything else and sit there and be like, well, how do we get Roman over? Oh, I know. We'll say he has cancer. He'll go away. He'll come back, and all that. No. If this was turned out to be fake, and they were using this to get Roman over, do you know how much damage that would do to WWE, especially during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, when I don't know, they support the trying to rid the world of breast cancer, to have the biggest quote unquote fake leukemia, which is another form of cancer. Yeah, that WWE would lose a lot of sponsors. Their stock would probably bottom out, and that would destroy their company from the inside out. So anybody who thinks that this is at all a work, you are some of the most delusional fucks out there. Now, I don't know anybody personally who's had leukemia or any type of cancer yet in my life who knows that anything can change between now and next month, next year. Anything can happen with that. So, but at this time in my life, I've never really known anybody to have any type of cancer. So it's definitely, it's still not cool to see somebody who is WWE's big star right now, or anybody at all. I don't like to see anybody on either roster, like anybody from a wrestler to a sports athlete, or somebody be taken out of what they love to do because of cancer or anything. Cancer sucks. Cancer is a real bad thing, and I'm not a fan of the way they were pushing Roman Reigns, but everybody from the fans in the arena and everyone across the world, we are a Joe Onawale fan, and I hope Joe gets better. I hope to see him back. And quite honestly, I know it's not a work, but there's no way this guy is going to get booed. We won't see Joe for about a year, at least. He could go out there and get the best treatment in the world, and by this time next year, be in remission again and be himself. It's still going to take him a couple months to get back into the shape that it's going to take to be in peak condition. So we might not see Joe Onawale or Roman Reigns until WrestleMania 36. So if he is to beat this, which with a guy like him, the shape that he is in, the health that he is in, he, unlike a lot of the people who end up getting any type of cancer, has a really good chance of beating this again. It just sucks that it has to happen at this time, at any time in life. So I wish Joe the best, and I really hope that this doesn't, he can beat this and we can see what happens afterwards. Because when he does come back, and I say it won't be next year. We will not see Joe Onawale unless he's coming back for a some kind of spot on a pre-show panel to talk about what he sees, how much he misses it, and give us an update on his condition, we won't see him in the ring till at least the 2020 Royal Rumble or WrestleMania 36. That would be, I'd say, because he did say he's been dealing with this for 11 years, and quickly he put it in remission, which means he put it in remission for about a year. It took him about a year, and he's been not having to deal with this for about 10 years. So, like I said, if he's able to beat it as fast as he did last time, he would at least be out for the rest of all of next year. And if he is able to beat it, which hopefully he does, I never want to see anybody go through this. I say that he would be the guy to actually come out and win the 2020 Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania. But it sucks the way things had to go for him. As someone said, Roman Reigns should have lost the Universal title via a good book match or a good book storyline, not this way. This is never a way for somebody to go out. I really do wish him the best, and I hope everything for him can work out for him, because it just sucks to see somebody. So he is 33 years old, but he's still has a future, a lot of years ahead of him, at least 10 to 15 years ahead of him in the wrestling, in WWE, had this not happened to him. But it did, and we just have to, as Paul Heyman would say in a later promo, the show must go on. So what are they going to do with the Universal Championship? Well, Crown Jewel is still going on, so what are they going to do? It's going to be Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel, 1-on-1 for the vacant Universal Championship. I'm hoping Braun Strowman wins it so we can keep the Universal Championship on Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar could go off to face Daniel Cormier or whoever he's going to face. I don't care. But that is going to be your Crown Jewel Raw main event with the Universal Championship on the line. Outside of this and the main event, the rest of the show just felt like, well, it usually feels hollow anyway, but it just, the entire show just, and it did really piss me off, the fact that they kept going back to how they opened the show. I mean, it just needed to be left alone. He came out, he said what he needed to say, and then you just let it go. But no, they wanted to show it 3 or 4 times during the night, and it just felt like they were trying to cash in on a very serious disease to get people to tune in. It's like, oh, we're going to talk about it again? It just didn't need to happen. We had Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. I really don't think anyone cared. Basically, it's the same old. Bobby Lashley gets hyped up by Leo Rush. Bobby Lashley dominates Finn Balor for the majority of the match. Finn Balor outsmarts Bobby Lashley, rolls him up for the 1-2-3. In the back, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler were talking about Strowman and how they do have, and it was set up for the main event tonight, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose as the Shield. They didn't have them as the Shield tonight, versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler for the Raw Tag Team Championships, and I'll give you 5 guesses who won that match. Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott. It was announced that we will have a Raw rematch, and the definition of rinse and repeat, it will be the Riott Squad versus Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya. This match has been heavily criticized by some fans because this match outside of Natalya has been seen all the time on Monday Night Raw over the summer since the Riott Squad was brought to Monday Night Raw. It's been the Riott Squad versus Sasha Banks and Bayley and a friend of their choosing. It's been Ember Moon. It was one week it was, I believe, Nia Jax. Another week it's Natalya. It's just a revolving door of a third superstar to help these women. It's just agonizing. I'd rather have all 6 of these women in the Battle Royal instead of seeing the same match over and over and over again. They did show us a repeat of the Undertaker promo from last week because DX is going to be here tonight to talk about the Brothers in Destruction. But a lot of hype for Evolution tonight was having a woman or two come out, like do the the name, like the black screen with their name, and then they go to a iPhone video. Well, they did it with Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, and Ember Moon. Nia Jax and Dana Brooke sounded so goddamn cringe. I literally had to switch the channel for a second because I just couldn't listen to them. Ember Moon sounded a little bit more legit, a little bit more like she meant what she was saying, even though I don't know why they wanted to do these. They also had a promo for the quote-unquote American Cup, because it's not a World Cup, the American Cup for Kurt Angle, and it just sounded awful. We'll get to that later. We do have the DX promo for the night, which of course is the DX pretty much responding to what the Brothers of Destruction said last week, which of course was an interesting promo, but they did sound a little scripted. DX breaks it down for the Brothers of Destruction from tonight's Monday Night Raw.
A lot of big words being thrown around lately, Sean. One of them being fear. Fear that somehow it was fear that kept me from taking off the suit and stepping out of the boardroom. That somehow it was fear that kept you from stepping out of retirement. But I got news for you. It's going to take a lot more to instill fear in us than taking your lunch hour, grabbing a GoPro, walking down the stairs of Knoxville City Hall, stepping into the boiler room, throwing on your mask, and making some kind of idle threat. I hate to break this to you, boys. Ain't neither one of us running for mayor.
Okay.
There's another word that's been thrown around lately. It's nostalgia. Now, I was hoping that maybe nostalgia, there was a Greek word that meant new merch. That wasn't right. And then, of course, I thought to myself, well, no, nostalgia means sentimentality. Then I thought about it again, and you and I both know nostalgia is just a real polite way of saying old.
Yes?
Here's the thing. Kane, Taker, we bring this ex, crown jewel. We ain't coming to make you laugh.
They cut it out because whatever. But they didn't put an NXT in there because he said this X, the one on their show, which is the two bones with the and the X, that this made in the past. But there's a new X that means a whole hell of a lot more. Sean said, you know what? We run that too, and then you get a big NXT chant because yes, the only X in WWE that matters is NXT. Plain and simple.
We ain't coming for nostalgia. We are coming to kick your ass.
They also cut out the part where they buried pretty much the entire Monday Night Raw roster.
And if you're not down with that, we got two.
Suddenly the lights start to flash, you hear a little fuzzy noise. Lights go out and we get a promo in a graveyard.
Pride goes before destruction, and arrogance precedes a fall. Generation X, your reunion will be the vessel of your total annihilation. At Crown Jewel, you can bring your dreams, your delusions, and try to harness your lost respect. Triple H, you should have stayed away. And Shawn Michaels, you should have stayed retired. You can't turn back the clock. You can't outrun the Reaper. And you can't survive the Brothers of Destruction.
They show Gravestone and Triple H from his birth date to November 2nd, 2018. And then, same thing with Shawn Michaels. Fun fact, like apparently Michaels and Triple H are both born in the month of July.
Your first match against us will be your last match against anybody. We will put you down. And here, your broken and lifeless bodies will rest. But we will own your black and blistered souls for eternity. You will be forever tormented by your failure in the deepest pits of hell. And you will never rest. Peace.
And that was that. I honestly still do not care about this match. The promos haven't made me excited for this match. Nothing will make me excited for this match. You're going to have 4 50-year-olds in a tag team match, main event, a bogus event that should not be going on still after everything that's happened with Saudi Arabia. But WWE has to make that oil money somehow, or Shawn Michaels isn't coming out of retirement, which honestly I don't think he should, because when he steps into that ring, he becomes the biggest hypocrite of them all, saying, oh, I don't want him, I gave up all this money, I've given up all these chances and all this money to come back because I wanted to stay retired, because I wanted to be unlike everyone, not like everyone else. But yet, what's he do? He's going to come back and become the biggest hypocrite out there. Hope you enjoy your money, Sean, because again, you are a hypocrite. Moving on here, we had a Paul Heyman promo because Paul Heyman's client, Brock Lesnar, was penciled in to take on Braun Strowman at the Crown Jewel for the Universal Championship, which of course should be won by Braun Strowman, so we can keep the title on Monday Night Raw.
My thoughts and my prayers are with the champion of a man you know as Roman Reigns. It is humbling to be amongst the members of that locker room tonight and to have been in the presence of such courage and such greatness. When I go home tonight, and I have to explain this all to my children, what I want my children to understand about this show, this presentation, this business, this industry that we all love is what you witnessed tonight. As much as you witnessed that courage, what you witnessed was sacrifice. Because what Roman Reigns did tonight was he sacrificed his career aspirations because he, as he said, he couldn't fulfill the obligations of being the Universal Champion, because to everyone that walks through that locker room, the title deserves the best any champion has to offer it. And until 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, we had the right to brag that the very best, the number one, was the Universal Champion. So now,
I do like the first minute plus of this that Paul Heyman did, the nice little tribute he had to Roman Reigns. It was a nice thing, and it was like, I was hoping like DX would have had something before their promo, but they didn't. And it just felt right that Paul Heyman, of all people, would come out and say what he had to say. It was a real nice touch.
now what do? Roman Reigns does not want the title to stop because he can no longer defend it. Roman Reigns is the first person to tell you the show must go on. And so it does. At Crown Jewel, Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. And only one can stand up and say, I'm the one that carries on the legacy that Roman Reigns brought to this ring tonight. I'm the one that's worthy of the prestige of being the champion. I'm the one that's worthy of the honor of being the champion. I'm the one that's worthy of being the champion. And that sure as hell ain't Braun Strowman. There's only one being in this match coming up at Crown Jewel that's worthy of the honor of being your champion, worthy of the dignity of being your champion, worthy of walking into the octagon and laying that title down in front of the sports universe and saying, I am the best WWE has to offer. I'm the Universal Champion, and my name is Brock Lesnar. The only words that need to be coming out of your mouth right now are to tell Brock Lesnar that I'm going to beat his ass all over Crown Jewel. And when I beat his ass, I'm bringing the Universal Championship back to Monday Night Raw. And not just when I want to, I'm bringing it every single Monday. And I know I've had my differences with him over the past few years, but when Roman Reigns beats leukemia, he'll be first in line at a title opportunity. But for right now, Brock Lesnar is gonna get these hands.
Drew McIntyre from behind with the Claymore kick as him and Braun Strowman are gearing up for a feud post-Crown Jewel, as you've seen here. So WWE spent they turned Braun Strowman heel to get through Hell in a Cell because they really had nobody to take on Roman Reigns, and Super Showdown because they had no one to take on the Shield besides those three guys. That was the whole reason behind the entire turn of Braun Strowman. It was because of Roman, because they wanted somebody for the Shield. So then we had Elias out here who was going to sing a song about Apollo, because Apollo Crews interrupted him last week. Gets a few words out, and then out comes Apollo Crews, and then you have a match between Apollo Crews and Elias, which was nothing special of a match. Apollo Crews ends up losing with a drift away by Elias. We had the cringe promo by Kurt Angle. I got the wrong promo.
Hard to explain all the things when you are the best in the world. Now, years removed from some people debating whether or not I was the best ever, ironically, I find myself with a chance I never thought I would have.
This promo is just so god-awful.
To win the WWE World Cup tournament to determine the best in the world and prove it. But it won't be easy. In fact, it may be my biggest challenge yet. There's the architect, WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. Seth's motto is burn it down, because that is the attitude he brings with him to the ring each and every night. He's going to pull out everything in his arsenal to prove what he already knows in his heart. The charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. He's never met a risk he wasn't willing to take for the thrill of victory. He's overcome more in the ring and in life than anyone else in this tournament. The A-lister, The Miz. Some say all he does is talk and talk and talk. But all I see him do is win and win and win. Last year was the best of his career, yet he still has that chance.
No, that was this year for the first half.
The ultimate underdog, Rey Mysterio. I learned years ago at WrestleMania, underestimate him because of his size and he'll take your title. Rey is back, and I'll never underestimate one of the greatest of all time again.
Greatest masked luchador of all time in the United States.
The show-off. One half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph
has one of the longest and most consistent resumes in WWE.
I wouldn't say that.
Will validate everything he has been claiming his entire 13-year career. Viper, Randy Orton. He's always been unhinged, but recently, he's more dangerous than ever. And the face that runs the place.
John Cena.
Men are adversity, especially at this stage of my career, but they're also an opportunity. I was recognized for winning an Olympic gold medal, WWE championships. I headline WrestleManias, but now I have the opportunity to be the best in the world.
Oh, what a god-awful promo. I'm sorry, I just can't stop. That's the best they could do for Crown Jewel because WWE doesn't like Crown Jewel, and it's just Evolution, which is the pay-per-view coming up this Sunday, has had a worse build, in my opinion, than ECW One Night Stand from 2006, 2007? Honestly, this feels like one of the worst. This is going to be one of the worst pay-per-views, and it's going to bomb. And I honestly think Vince McMahon did it on purpose. I think Vince McMahon wanted Evolution to bomb, so he could be like, "Oh, look, they didn't do great. They didn't have a great show." So, yeah, you know. After we got done with that cringe promo, Elias was back out when he wanted to perform a song. When the acting general manager got involved, and here we have a possible first turn of the night.
Elias.
Why?
Now we're talking.
Now I was feeling so good after that win that I decided to come back out here and give y'all the truth. That's right, I wrote a song, so everybody listen up.
Acting general manager, it is my job to keep this show rolling.
Which you have been doing a piss poor job since you became acting GM, so your point?
A lot of stuff going on, man. That includes the WWE Women's Championship contract signing. Look, we just don't have time to accommodate your performance. And I was talking to Stephanie McMahon, the commissioner of Monday.
I know who Stephanie McMahon is, okay? Believe me, Stephanie wants to walk with Elias. I'm sure she wants to hear this performance, so that's what I'm going to do, okay?
Look, Elias, that may be true, but she appointed me acting general manager, so what I have to say is far more important than your performance on your little guitar. If I were you, I would stop looking at me like that. You work for me, and if Stephanie didn't like you, I'd fire you.
No, you work for Stephanie, and you're just Stephanie McMahon's lapdog.
Get off the stage.
I'm sorry, I was in my own world there while you were rambling and sucking the entertainment out of the building. I was writing a song in my head that I'm going to sing right now, so if you could just silence your cell phone, hold your applause until after I'm finished, and most importantly, do me a favor and shut your damn mouth.
Can't talk to the boss like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes. Come out here spreading lies. We're the lone wolf rising fast, but now you're just a giant puppet with Stephanie's hand up your ass.
Cut it! Cut his guitar!
It's not going to stop now, not after that. No.
Cut it off! Like I said, you work for me. Get off the stage.
So Elias goes to leave. He leaves.
It's a shame, but this is great. Corbin's got a show to run. He is the boss, so I give you that, Corey.
Corbin's just mad that Elias isn't playing covers of Nickelback.
Elias is just lucky Corbin didn't bring a giant hook out and literally take him off the stage.
Now, where was I?
All of a sudden, Elias returns.
I'm glad that's over, too.
Oh, go home, Elias.
It is an exciting...
And look to the back. He just wears it with the guitar.
You can't do that to the acting general manager.
He just did.
So, can we add Elias to Team Angle for Survivor Series after this? That is the question, because the rumor going around is it's going to be Team Angle versus Team Corbin for control of Monday Night Raw. And did we just have Elias turn babyface? Now, the only thing I hope with an Elias babyface turn is that the dude gets his just due and actually wins a championship. I don't care if it's a tag team championship with somebody or whoever or whatever it is. The dude deserves some championship gold. He has been one of the best guys out there for them, and now you're just going to sit there and be like, oh, we're going to not give this guy a championship run, and they need to. Elias has definitely earned a shot to be a champion. They should have given the Intercontinental title back at, Money in the Bank, and they never really followed up on that, but with what happened at the end of the night, I don't know what we're going to be getting off of that. Moving on here, they did have a promo in the back with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were asked about their emotions, what words can they put in about this. Dean pretty much said there's no words for what these guys have been over for the last 6 years, and it's a really good promo. I wish WWE would have posted it on here, but I don't see it anywhere on their YouTube page, which is a damn shame because it is definitely a good promo. But again, Dean Ambrose was emotional in this thing. He kept his Dean Ambrose persona going the entire time. He never broke character until the only time it seemed like Dean Ambrose may have broke kayfabe a little bit was during the entrance, because they did come out as the Shield, and you could see him in the crowd wiping a tear away from his eyes because it was just Seth and Dean, no Roman with them. They had a promo. They had a talk about randomness. We had Nia Jax versus Dana Brooke versus Tamina versus Ember Moon in a fatal four-way with absolutely nothing on the line. I don't know why they made this a match. I don't know what purpose it served other than them to promote Evolution Battle Royal, even though it wasn't a fatal four-way over-the-top rope Battle Royal. It was just a fatal four-way, which Ember Moon ended up winning with the Eclipse on Tamina Snuka after about 2-3 minute match. Just another one of those matches that needs to go away. They had a promo with Trish and Lita being asked about their opponents at the Evolution pay-per-view, which I am not doing a preview and predictions for Evolution because I honestly do not care. I think it's going to be an absolute train wreck. I think it's going to be worse than ECW One Night Stand, which to this day is the worst pay-per-view ever produced by WWE, and it would not surprise me if it's that bad of a show at all. Then we get into our main event, as it was two-thirds of the Shield versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler for the Raw Tag Team Championships. If you've seen one match between these two teams, you've seen them all. This was a great match. It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. Braun Strowman's music hits as we get to the end of the match, and the referee gets knocked out because Dolph Ziggler ducks a clothesline from Seth Rollins. So Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman brawl until Drew McIntyre gets chased off outside of the ring while Dolph Ziggler is left on his own. Long story short, we get a curb stomp, 1, 2, 3, and we have new Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, as I said at the beginning of the show, Dean Ambrose to me felt off a little bit tonight. As I said, when they did the fist bump with Roman, you just saw Seth crying, looking like he was an emotional wreck because one of his buddies, his travel mates, whatever. Because even with the brand split that started 2 years ago, Dean Ambrose was on SmackDown for the first year of that, while Roman and Seth were both on Raw. and those guys have been up and down the streets in these roads together for 6 years, whereas Dean Ambrose was off for a year. Well, anyway, we get to the conclusion, and I just knew this was going to happen tonight. It just felt like it. It just felt like it was coming. You could just tell that something was going to happen because they do hug. Seth Rollins celebrates with both his titles because he is a double champion. Dean Ambrose is just looking like he's about ready to jump Seth Rollins. All of a sudden, Dirty Deeds to Seth Rollins onto the championships because Seth Rollins conveniently dropped the championships into a position where he can get hit with Dirty Deeds. Dean Ambrose is just saying something that I couldn't get right. He was like saying, you did this or something. And he starts beating the holy hell. And Michael Cole's like, oh, come on, not on a night like this, on this night, after everything that happened tonight. And it's like, I'm like, this is absolutely perfect. A lot of people in the community were like, they ruined Dean Ambrose's heel turn. They made it not special whatsoever because they went out there and pretty much had Dean Ambrose mock the entire heel turn thing, made it just not worth anyone's time. And then, boom, out of nowhere, on an emotional, the way the show started, an emotional night, we get the one thing that everyone should have expected. I expected to happen at SummerSlam after Seth Rollins won the Intercontinental title, which would have had these two feud over the Intercontinental title for the next umpteen months. We got the heel turn that everybody wanted. Dean Ambrose throws Seth Rollins out of the ring, beats the hell out of him, and then all of a sudden he goes over and grabs all three titles and just throws them at Seth Rollins, says, this is what you wanted, this is something like that. Goes over, pulls the concrete, the padding back, exposing the concrete, grabs Seth Rollins and says, I think he said this is something, like he said something to him. I couldn't really understand because, the crowd was in shock, first and foremost. There was actually one woman, if you watch this back, there's a camera angle, like they show the camera and you just see this one woman, she sticks out, she has both her arms up, like, why? Like, why? It's just fucking hilarious. And Dean Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds on the concrete to Seth Rollins, leaving him laying there, rips off his Shield muscle shirt, throws it into the ring, goes through the crowd, looks down at his fallen victim, and the show goes off the air. And you could hear someone say he had every right to turn, so somebody tried to ruin a good moment. Definitely was a shock, definitely something everybody wanted to see. Everybody was just like, Dean Ambrose needed to turn heel. WWE definitely could have ruined it if they would have just had Dean Ambrose come back and do what he did. They had no end game, but with the revelations of Roman Reigns being out with this leukemia, we had it was the perfect storm to have Dean Ambrose turn heel. You had Braun Strowman and possibly Elias. Well, Braun Strowman solidified his return to being a babyface after 2 months of being a heel. 2 months. Please do not make this a recurring thing. We do not need another big show. Please, WWE. Don't do that. Give Braun Strowman the Universal Championship at Crown Jewel. But yeah, it was a perfect storm to turn Dean Ambrose heel, and it worked to perfection. Now, where do we go from here for all of WWE? The big guy, the big dog, as they call him, the guy who has been the locker room leader, the guy who WWE has been shoving down our throats, is all of a sudden gone. Plans that they've had for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns was not supposed to lose that title till probably SummerSlam next year. He was going to hold on to that championship till SummerSlam next year at least. WWE wanted him to have a lengthy title reign. Gone. Done. Any plans of Team Angle with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, I don't think the Shield was going to break up until after Survivor Series. I think they were going to be members of Team Angle versus Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and whomever else, because Braun Strowman's their face now. But with him gone, who knows what's going to happen now? plans of WrestleMania 5 years in a row. The only, it's like to Roman Reigns' chance of being a 5 year in a row main event of WrestleMania is definitely not happening. Like I said, we will not see Joe Anawale come back and be Roman Reigns for at least a year and probably a year and a half. Like I said, the best bet for Roman to come back would be, if he can beat this in a year's time, would probably be the Royal Rumble and come back and win the Royal Rumble then. Go to WrestleMania and get himself another main event, which WWE would love to do. WWE losing Roman Reigns, it's not going to kill the company. It's not going to put them in the bankruptcy, but they had a lot of things going for him that they had planned out for the next he was probably one of the only superstars that WWE had plans for, that were more set in stone than anyone else. And now everything that they wanted to do with Roman is done. It's gone for right now. So WWE, I know they're going to fall. They're not going to go anywhere. It's not going to hurt WWE in the long run. All I know is we should be seeing, going into Survivor Series or TLC, whichever one they want to do, Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship, with Drew McIntyre coming out on top. Drew McIntyre, in the end of this feud with Braun Strowman, should be your next Universal Champion after Braun beats Brock. So, definitely going to be interesting to see where WWE goes with this. It's a damn shame that this had to happen to somebody that WWE has housed so highly. And he does get the reaction, probably not the reaction WWE wants him to get, but he does get a reaction. And now it's just, what do we do from here? The show goes on. There's not much else we can do. Just sit there and see what WWE can do, because quite honestly, there really isn't anything they can do with the Roman Reigns thing. They just have to be on the wait and see. Maybe we'll see something happen with him in the near future. Who knows? But WWE, they lost. It sucks to see anybody go out. I'm not going to ever say that anybody should go out this way. It's just not something I ever want to see. But that is going to be something we'll come back to when it comes to. Tomorrow, SmackDown Live, we will have a rematch between the Usos and Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, and Rey Mysterio will be on Miz TV. It's going to be kind of hard to top Miz TV from a couple weeks ago with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, because I think that was the best Miz TV I've seen in a good long while. But we'll have to see. Until then, my name is The Franz. Find me on Twitter at The Franz. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFranz08, where I'm going to be streaming a Friday the 13th stream just to see about that, because I do want to play some Friday the 13th on Halloween for a nice little, spooktacular. So I'm just going to give it a test run tonight after this goes up on the air. But I will see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Live. Wednesday for NXT UK and NXT. And of course, the semifinals for the Mae Young Classic will be up on Thursday morning. And that is that until, of course, Unscripted on Saturday with Evolution on Sunday night, which will probably, in my opinion, will probably be a big dumpster fire. But I'm getting out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. And if you know anybody who is suffering, going through what Joe is going through, make sure to show them your love, because this just sucks that this has to happen to somebody. I never, ever would ever want to see this happen to anybody. Until then, I will see you guys later. Have a good one and take it easy.